I'm carrying on working on the sky paintings. It's wintry today, very dull and snowy showers. But I'm going to put some pictures in a show, and the stipulation is 70% sky. So, well, I like skies. I see them all the time. Just look up. Never have to worry, not in Britain or Europe, about the skies, because they change so quickly. You get a bit of moisture in the sky, and you get these lovely sienna lights and the clouds, light breaking through. Wonderful. So I'm going to do another version of a Dartmoor impression, and here we are with the palette: lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. 8 colours I use. I tend to stay away from the Payne's grey as much as I can. I think I'm going to try some black when I buy some. Right, I've got a cup of tea going as usual. Cheers. I like Alan Owen's latest couple, part 1 and 2. But he doesn't really paint wet in wet, but Stephen and I do. I love the effects that it gives, all totally unpredictable. You just never know how the skies are going to pan out. And especially since we're working at this steep angle, we've got gravity to contend with. But hey, life's full of happy accidents, isn't it? We don't really plan for them, but so I'll put in some nice raw sienna in the sky. Now I'm using the Cotsman watercolours, the 21mm tubes, Winsor and Newton. It's they're student quality, but they're more than adequate for wet in wet. They haven't got the saturation that artist qualities have. And I'll put in a bit of sienna, burnt sienna on towards the horizon, I think. Just keep it nice and clean. I suppose you can make a burnt umber by mixing burnt sienna with the Payne's grey. So just strengthen that up a little bit of alizarin. Just give some variety in the sky coming down to there. Keep it soft. When the paper's as wet as this, you can do quite a lot with it. I'm now going to put my clouds in and try to get some movement, but ultramarine and light red, but fairly strong. Otherwise, it'll soak in, and it won't have the intensity that you're after. Just want some light shining through the clouds. And we'll much lighter on the horizon. Just go all over it there. And we'll just strengthen the top, or bits of it. Now this hake is the one that splits quite a lot, and that's where you get the streaky effect, which I don't really like. I use a really large pot for my water, plastic. It's a 5 litre can, I think, but it only lasts for 2 or 3 paintings, but we'd have to change it. Right, I'm going to reclip the paper, and then as the paper starts to dry, or the water starts to soak in, we can start putting in a landscape, a Dartmoor type of landscape. And Dartmoor, if you don't know, Dartmoor is one of our national parks in the UK, in Devon. It's a farming area. and it has some big outcrops of granite. I think the granite. They're like huge, flattish boulders piled on top of one another, as if an alien has landed years ago. They're very, very strange. They're very beautiful. They give nice bits of interest in the landscape because it's quite bleak on parts of this. I do spend a lot of time on Dartmoor, but driven through and around it many, many times on my way to Cornwall, which is a beautiful, beautiful coast. Right, let's put in some bluey colour, but remember I've got to go down. I'm going to try this up a bit. Hold on to your headphones, we'll take them off. When the sky is dry, you can always go over it with a bit of dry brush. I've got a bit of a cauliflower developing there and there. That's okay, no problem about that. You do need a big piece of cloth to take the excess moisture off your brush. Now, right, so we'll do the lightish blue on the horizon. So we'll, that's about as high as I'm going to go. Got some sienna in there. Lots of big hills. Add some different colours for fields and things. But we've got to make a dramatic sky because we're not doing much on the landscape. Just adding bits of colour, and we can go a bit darker. Create an atmosphere of a lot going on. Get some green. This is just a prop for the sky, which I'm going to do a bit of work on. We just put in these blue trees, give a bit of distance. He's soaking into the wet in wet. And we'll put in a bit of blue, faint blue. On here. Lots of fields, dry stone walls, and some nice downs. Right, let's get in some nice warm darks from there. Just using burnt sienna and ultramarine. Get these darks. Now you remember that this view is just made up. It's just an impression of, from memory of Dartmoor. Nice warm bits here coming towards us. some good little bits of dark in here. These are just sort of trees. I think sometime in the past, centuries ago, this was all covered with trees, but they got cut down, oak forest, got cut down to build the Armada to face the Spanish in the 17th century, 1600s. Putting in some scratches in this just to show some branches and little trunks. Okay, I want some bits of good dark now, really rich bluey sienna. The paint is almost dry. But just strengthen up little bits here and there. Okay, I think that will do. Now I'll go and try to put some figures, some little figures in there, but I want to just show a bit of a track. So I've just used a bit of light red and blue. Right, I'm just going to block that a little bit. It's just a little bit darker than I hoped. That was just a track, just indicating a bit of a track there. And if I get my, I'll just dry that. And I want some little figures put in there, so a figure brush, figure with the rigger. Right, okay, so we'll oh no, that's not very good, is it? That failed. That's okay, just a couple of little nondescript. Right, let's put in a bit of flicks, a few flicks and flourishes on the landscape here. Now I'm not going to do any more of that, I'm just going to sign it. And, well, I'm going to do something on there then. But while I've got the brush here, I'll put a signature on. Now, that's dry enough. I'm going to just get in a bit of dry brush cloud now. Just wafting across the landscape. We'll test that up. Okay, that will do. Can't think of anything more to do on this one. I'm trying to just work out a way of doing simple landscapes with big skies for selection, but we might not be there yet. So there's another one. See, the paper, because it's dry or damp, you can just gently scumble over the top with the hake, and it just catches some of the high spots. It gives a bit of sparkle, a bit of movement. It looks like things are going that way. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll do another one in a minute. I'm just going to get this uploaded if it's good enough. So thanks for watching. This is sky picture number 3, I think.